You need help? All right,
Okay, so what I thought I would do is talk a little bit um, about just give you a little overview of foundations and then open up for any questions that you may have. So the foundations course is just so that you know the dates. I'm going to start with that. So we're going to be running on Thursdays, 6:30 to 8:30 Mountain Standard Time, Phoenix, otherwise known as Phoenix time or AZ time. We don't change time zones, everybody else does. So it's going to be anchored in Phoenix in Arizona time, 6:30 to 8:30. And we go February 24th to June 2nd. There is a prayer retreat on Saturday, April 16th from 10 to 2 p.m. So just so that you are aware, those are the dates, and we're going to meet on Thursdays, except for that Saturday where we will have the prayer retreat. And the other thing I will say is in conceptualizing or thinking through foundations, this particular offering is special because Reverend Sherry and Reverend Jorge and I decided to go back to what I call the original foundations that was anchored in the 10 core concepts of science of mind. So this is the old school, the one that I came up in, the old school foundations that is anchored deep in science of mind principle. And what we'll be doing is not only learning about those principles, but learning how they work in our lives. And then how do we apply it to our lives to deal with things that we're going through right now? Because I think, one of the things for me, I've been a practitioner since 1993, and I've been an executive coach since 2004. And so one of the things for me is, yes, we're doing this deep spiritual work. And what are some practical things we can do to make changes in our lives and apply this to our lives to help deal with illness or lack or to have more abundance or to have great relationships or to heal relationships, to heal our lack and limitation. So I think it's important to really deepen in the principles. But when I first took, I don't even remember when I first took foundations because I had to be like in high school, maybe, I guess, because I became a practitioner in college. So I really don't remember the first, to be honest with you. I don't remember taking it. I remember it was Science of Mind 1 then. But what it has done for me is understanding these principles, but how to apply them practically. How do I live this stuff? So it's not just in my head. It's like how I actually create my life or how I've overcome things in my life. And so having foundations has helped me overcome certain things or just flourish in certain ways. And so that's what I want to help everyone else do in this course is make it real, make it applicable, make it practical, because that's what foundations did for me in my life. So I want to pass it over now to Reverend Sherry or Reverend Jorge, whoever wants to go. Jorge, we can't hear you.
What about like that?
Yes.
Okay. For me, I'm following you because it's a similar story. I came in 2003 to United States, and I had prior experience with the spiritual path. But when I came to Creator Living Fellowship, I found people like, oh, speak the same thing, like I know. And what fall in love with from Ernest Holmes' writings was because he make everything in one line. Like I took all the knowledge that I have prior, all the things that I know, and make it in one sense, in one line. And when I took foundations, was like mind blowing because it gets me. I started with, as you were introducing the core concepts, principles, and it gets it's a awesome path. It's a brilliant path to learn, to take, because it's not just about core concepts, not about principles. It's just that every lesson, every module, you can go deep and you can apply to yourself. So it enrich your life. And at the same time, if you are many of you are coming from different paths or being in religious science of a new thought movement, but you have been kind of wandering in many other places. We get confused sometimes. We get like confused of what it really is, and foundation helps you to create a foundation where you can build a very strong house for yourself, and it's a very strong garden. So, and I took foundations once, but I always had the opportunity to work with the Ministry of Education. So I used to serve as a volunteer and as assistant or helping everything. So foundation was always there present of me, and the classes be present for me. So I really, really love this class and invite everyone to take it. Robin Sherry.
I'll just ask us all to take a breath together. Yeah, I think you all know my foundation story. I've taken it 8 times. Maybe I'm a slow learner, I don't know, but I took it over and over and over again. At the time that I first took it back in the 70s, it was Science of Mind 1, and it was a 1-year course. It was a full year. And I took it, and then the next year was Science of Mind 2, which was also a full year. And I took Science of Mind 2, and I also took Science of Mind 1 again, along with it. And then after that, I went to, at that time, you had to take 2 other courses before going into practitioner training, which was, one was called Consciousness and the other one was called Personal Growth Workshop. And each time I took those courses, I took Science of Mind 1 right along with it. And then I started practitioner training, and every time I did Prac 1, I did Science of Mind 1 also, because I kept hearing that word embody. I kept reading about that word embody, that embodying the principles, and I felt like I wasn't embodying it. I felt like I had the head knowledge, but I didn't feel that I was embodying the principles, and I didn't want to be like, you go to high school, you go to college, you graduate, and then you're a practitioner or whatever. So I just kept taking Science of Mind 1 again, just hoping to embody it in that way. And then when I finally started practitioner training at Agape, that was the 5th time I had taken Prac 1. And then I was also about to take Science of Mind 1, and Reverend Michael said, no, you will not take practitioner training, Prac 1 another time. You're going to move on to something else, move on to Prac 2. And I did that, but the foundation that I got from taking foundations so many times was really, 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 really beneficial to me. And I encourage the entire community to take this course, because even those who have had foundations before, even those who've taken Science of Mind 1 before, we all had different teachers, different experiences of it, different ways that a material that we were learning, because there's been several renditions of the foundations class, that I'd like us all to have the same information that we're getting now, the same working from the same materials that we're working from now, and the same consciousness of community consciousness that we are working from now and moving forward is what I'd like us to do. So that's why I encourage everybody in the community to take the class, because and in our global community to also take it with us, because we are a global community and we are moving forward as a global community. So we're inviting everybody to just take foundations with us, and let's start these new beginnings together. So welcome, everybody. As you can see, I'm excited because I get tongue-tied when I try to talk about it. I'm done.
Great. I'm so sorry, but so I just got a text from Sharon, who says that she can see us, but for some reason she can't let us know that we're here. So is this still streaming on Facebook, or do we know what's happening?
Yes, I have it in Facebook and YouTube as well. And
Okay.
I just verify the sound is right in both outlets as well.
Okay. All right.
Mm-hmm.
Is there a way we can get this link to this meeting here so that Sharon can join us in Zoom?
Sharon Davis or Sharon?
No, Sharon Judith.
Okay, let me get it. And I take care of that. You continue to take care of this.
Okay.
Okay.
So I'm going to just let her know that you're going to do that.
Mm-hmm.
Great. All right, there we go. So does anyone have any questions about Sharon? Hey, Sharon.
Who will be the facilitators? Will it be all three of you?
No, I will be facilitating.
Okay. Are there scholarships available?
Reverend Jorge as the education chief.
No, we don't have any scholarship because this is actually a new class. And the new format and the new classes, although it's based on the tradition with all the core concept, it's a totally revamped and it's totally new class. What we had done is that if you feel that you have some opportunities to come, you can actually use this as a payment plan. So when you visit our website, I'm going to put it in the chat. You can go and select the payment plan, which is actually an easy way to participate.
How is the payment plan set up?
You visit the website and you find the street payments for the 3 months that we are running the class.
And Sharon can talk to Reverend Jorge to get coordinated with that.
Yes.
Would that work, Sharon, for you to talk with Jorge to get coordinated?
No, I'm not good with the website.
Okay.
Okay.
And that's a big question I have is my computer system is unstable, and how much work will be online, and what reading materials will you be using?
Okay, great. So Sharon, so to answer one question, do you shop it all online, like on Amazon or anything like that? No?
Not really.
Can you, if you had to buy something online, could you do that?
If I what?
If you had to purchase something online, would you be able to purchase something online?
No.
Okay, all right. So in terms of payment, Reverend Jorge will work that out with you to figure out how to coordinate that aspect, because it's just an online payment, but he'll work that out for you. So
Yes.
don't worry about that part. In terms of the materials, the required reading or texts are the Science of Mind textbook and the book called This Thing Called You. And what's the other one, guys?
Living the Science of Mind.
What?
So those probably, if you've taken foundations, you have those books, but it's the Science of Mind textbook, Living the Science of Mind, and This Thing Called You.
Living the Science of Mind?
Yes. And
where do you purchase that?
this would be something you could purchase on Amazon, or where did you purchase books before, Sharon?
I did foundations in 2004.
Okay.
And if my recollection is correct, Jorge was in that class.
Okay.
And
I was.
I purchased them there at the church.
Okay. And do you still have the textbook?
I still have both books.
Oh, good. Okay. So it sounds like you're all set.
She probably just sounds like she just needs Living the Science of Mind.
Okay.
Is that right, Sharon?
Yeah.
Yeah. So Sharon, why don't we have Reverend Jorge work with you to get that all coordinated for that one book? Because it sounds like you have the other two.
And the registration and the book and everything.
Does that work for you, Sharon?
The payment plan would be a challenge, so I'd have to work that out with Jorge.
Okay, great. He'll talk with you about that. Okay. Anybody else have questions?
So
Hey, Joanne.
Joanne.
is all of the information about it on the website, on the CLF website?
Here's the website. Let me give you a link for it. If you go to the CLF website, you click a link, it'll take you right to it. And Joanne, I don't know how fluent you are in Zoom, but I'm going to drop it in the chat for you as well, if you're able to. And Joanne, what information are you looking for?
If I go to the website, I mean, I can easily find, some reference to the foundations class. I mean, is there?
Yes.
Mhm.
Yes.
It's actually under the type of events. You go into in the type of events and the main menu of the website, and you find it's the first link actually. It shows up in that page.
Okay, that's simple.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and it's also on the homepage. It circulates too. It's on the homepage. So Joanne, did you have any questions that you needed answered?
Right, I'm just thinking, so everything is going to be on Zoom.
Yeah, so this is an online course, right? So everything will be on Zoom. We'll be meeting on Zoom. And every week your materials will be emailed to you. So you'll get that week's materials that'll be emailed to you. And this is a completely online course. So you will just have to get the books that the books that I mentioned, and that's also listed on the website. But every week, the materials will be emailed to you so you can do your reading, do the assignments, and then we'll meet on Thursdays, and that's on Thursdays where we'll discuss discuss the assignments, discuss the reading, do some processes, do some things together, some transformative processes together. And that's what we'll do on Thursdays, and then after that class, then your next module will be released. So that's the cadence and how it would work.
Right. So there is going to be interaction, using chat or verbal.
Oh yeah, I'm facilitating the course, so it's going to be just like if you were in person. We'd be talking to each other. We'd be asking questions. We'll be processing things. We'll be interacting. We may be doing some exercises together. This will all be totally interactive. The only thing is that we will not be in person. We'll be on Zoom doing that.
Right.
Yeah.
Do you know how many people are, do you have an estimate of how many people are going to be involved?
You know what, at this point, it's so hard to tell because this community, people sign up at the last minute. That's just like that's just the history of signing up for classes. Usually there's a mad rush in when we say, okay, this is the last moment you can register. That's when everybody registers. I think right now we may have maybe 4 or 5 people registered, if I'm not mistaken. But I would suspect that we're going to have
many more.
Many more. I think we're probably at least going to have a dozen people who take this, maybe a little bit more than that.
Which brings the point that Reverend Sherry was saying in Sunday service is that this is an invitation for everyone who are watching us right now live, or if you are streaming later, really give it a thought of taking this class. And if you are a member, if you have been for a long time a member, if you have be aware or involved with the new thought or in religious science, this is your opportunity to review, to reconnect, to revive again all your experience with Science of Mind and put it on practice, because that's I think that Richelle brings to the table in this class is that it's not just about learn the principles, the core concepts, and I know, but it's going to be a more more practical, right? If we were in Christianity, we will say Jesus is my Lord and Savior. Well, how it applies to your life? So we say we are one. God is only one, and we are one. Okay, how applies that to your life? It's the same idea. So this is an invitation for everyone really to take the class, because it has that we review our principles or core concepts, but at the same time, Rachel is bringing a new takeout and how to apply it, how to live it. And that's something beautiful and new for this class and for everyone of you to experience it.
Yeah.
And we do have people who have expressed an interest who are not in the Phoenix area, but they have become a part of our online community, a part of our global community, which is very exciting to me that we have expanded beyond walls. So we are now a church without walls, and we are becoming a global community, and that is really exciting. And witness Marianne Paul here from Santa Cruz. And she's already a practitioner, so she's sitting in on this foundations class. I know her as a practitioner from a church that I was involved in Santa Cruz. Yeah.
Yeah, and there's at least one person from Sacramento, one or two people from Sacramento. So there's people from different parts of the country who have been watching and joining CLF, who will be joining us.
Mm-hmm.
And the other thing I want to say is, in line with Reverend Sherry's talk, today, you know, this is really an opportunity with us coming out of the pandemic, or the pandemic becoming an endemic, or whatever is happening in this process that we're in. This is a wonderful time to really look at, how do you want to move forward, right? How do you want to move forward in your life? What things in your life are you ready to let go of? There may be some things you don't want to let go of, right? What's essential for you moving forward? What things do you want to change? It's never too late. It is never too late to have, to build the life that you want, or to have certain things in your life. So if that's the case for you, this is a perfect container to come into, to really go, you know what, I really want to experience this. I really want to do this differently. I really want to stop doing that, right? This is the perfect container to come into, to really look at, how do I transform? And one of the things that I'll be offering at where we're going to kick this off is with this is from my coaching practice. It's called Unleash Your Big, Bold Vision. So we're going to kick it off with not visioning, but doing some work around around daring to dream. Because what I find is, the more accomplished we become, the older we become, the more our dreams and our vision become smaller and smaller and smaller and smaller, until it's just like, if I can't figure out how it's going to happen, then I don't, you know, if I can't figure out how, then I'm not going to dare to dream about the possibility. And that's the exact opposite of what you should be doing as you get older and as you accomplish more. Your dreams should expand and should get bigger, because you have more opportunity, more possibility, more things ahead of you. The world says differently, but the truth is, God doesn't know the difference, right? And it doesn't make sense to think that the older you get, you wouldn't have more opportunities, because you have more behind you. Like, why wouldn't you have more in front of you? So I really want us to begin to break that up and really get clear about, what is your big, bold vision? What do you dare to dream, right? What have you given up on that really maybe you don't want to give up on that? And get very clear about that before we even embark on the foundations work. I want to talk about, what is your vision? Like, what is your vision for your life in different areas of your life? What are some goals that you have for yourself and things you want to accomplish? Because these principles will help you get there. And so, so that's how we're starting this whole thing, so that we have the energy to propel ourselves forward, right? Lori Keller. And Lori, I want to say something that came up for you when you get done, but Lori, I'll let you go.
No, my quick question was, what were the hours on April 16th again?
10 to 2. Because I know that's.
Oh, I thought they were going to be 8 to noon. I can do 10 to noon. That's about the best I've got. That's my daughter's birthday. And we're throwing a party for her from 1 to 4 at a park. So, but I know you won't kick me out for that.
It's actually perfect. You take the retreat and you go with this amazing energy to the party.
Right, exactly. But
exactly.
I only would get half of it, because I don't know why I thought 8 to noon. I thought I had read somewhere 8 to noon.
No, last time we talked about it, I said 10 to 2.
Okay.
Because you were saying you're glad it wasn't the whole day.
Right. Well, okay. That's okay, because I'll be there from I'll be there a couple of hours anyway.
Okay.
That'll prepare me to deal with a bunch of kids.
Good. So one thing I was going to say that came up when you were sitting here, and I was just thinking about you and Ivy, and when my mom was talking about when she took foundations all these times. And I just want to say, as a kid who also grew up in this, Lori, the best thing you can do for Ivy is continue doing this work. You know, because the best thing my mom did for me was she did her work. I saw her do it, you know, and that is the biggest gift that my mom gave. I mean, there's so much that my mom gave to me, but the biggest thing is watching her do her spiritual walk, and not perfectly, but consistently, you know, and that's the biggest thing that if she gave me nothing else, that is the biggest gift. And so I just want to offer that to you as a mom of a young girl.
And I'm trying not to get teary-eyed and modeling about this. Okay, thank you.
Hey, Sharon. Hey, Tracy and Deb. Hey, Janice.
May I ask a question?
Yes.
First, let me apologize. We're in a different location, anyway, I'm glad to be able to ask a question. I'm interested in the class. However, before I found out about this class, I made a year-long commitment in this third Thursday of the month with this other group of women. And I'm wondering if that's would be prohibitive from taking the class.
I will ask you something. That group allow you to, they record the class, the meetings that they have, so you can participate after in the meeting?
It's not that kind of thing. Okay. All right. You know what? I needed to ask the question.
Yeah.
Yes.
I mean, here's the thing, Tracy. The way I envision this group is very much of a group experience. And some of the people here have been in my group coaching, like Sharon. I don't know if anybody else has been in, like when I did Propel last year. And so, you know, we work together. Like what I envision is that we are a tight-knit group in this work together. And so that's why.
Okay. You know what? I've committed myself elsewhere. So that's where I'm supposed to be. And next time.
Okay.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. And I just want other people to get a sense of what, you know, what we're creating here too as well.
Yeah.
Okay. Any other questions? I'm sorry, Jorge.
I'm just checking is that there is questions and there is no questions on Facebook, on YouTube as well. I just want to, this is just came to me right now, is that imagine you are like do you have a garden or you are a farmer, right? So when you work in your garden, you basically prepare the soil where you're going to grow your vegetables and your flowers. So you take the time to create a well-balanced soil, and you take care of all that, and also you choose the seeds that you're going to grow. This is the process with foundations. Is the way I see it. Is the allowing the time to prepare your own spiritual soil and choose your seeds. And so it's important that it's important your participation. It's important your commitment as well. So because it's that way. So you cannot have a beautiful garden if you just no water the land. You just leave the soil in that way, and you choose any seeds because is whatever it is, and so you expecting tomatoes, but if really you choose was carrots. So it's this preparation for that, and that's for me foundations being that way, and with this. New take out that work on you, it's just take the principles and applying to your life, is preparing for that, is be the farmer of your own spiritual life, and connecting with Reverend Sherry talk is the beginning of your new life as well.
Hi, guys. I just wanted to say hi because you saw Tracy. I'm in the yard. No way am I going online. So I just wanted to say hi, and I'll be signing up later.
Okay, we love you, Deb. Love you.
Love you too.
Love you, Deb.
Farmer Deb. So just as you said, Jorge, it's Farmer Deb is out there.
Exactly.
Oh yeah.
How do I go about talking to Jorge?
Say it again, Sharon.
Jorge will probably call you, Sharon. Jorge, I'm speaking for you. So he will probably call you.
How do I go about talking to Jorge?
He'll call you.
Okay.
Jorge will call you.
I will reach you. Don't worry.
On the phone?
Yes.
Okay,
any other questions before we wrap everything up?
Marianne, did you have any questions or anything you need to say?
Well, I really appreciate this. And after hearing what Rev Jorge had to share, I definitely have a couple of other commitments on Thursday, not an ongoing class, but I know that I would miss a few classes. So it sounds like it might not be a fit without, because it wouldn't be, in other words, I wouldn't be there every Thursday. I'd miss probably about 3 classes. So that's what I'm thinking. So it doesn't sound like it's a fit. This would.
Let me say the same thing to Marianne and Tracy. It's just 3 classes, right? That if you are doing the work during the week and you do the readings and you follow up the module and things like that, versus it's like 15 weeks, so you are basically drop an opportunity for enjoy the 90% of the class for 3 classes. I don't know, I leave it to Cheryl, but I think you can get more as well participating for having 12 more classes is what I'm trying to say. You have the opportunity to enjoy 12 classes in 3 days, 3 classes. It's not, I don't see that as a big deal. But if you need to do your work is basically what I'm saying.
Well, there's also other people involved, right?
Mm-hmm.
So, that's the other piece of it too, is your connection to other people in the class. So I think pray on it and see how it feels to you. Because again, I envision this as a group of us going through this together, and other, and us really being, supporting each other. So pray on it and see how it sits with you, Marianne.
Okay, thank you.
Mm-hmm. Sharon?
Yeah, the best time to call me is between 1 and 4 in the afternoon.
I will, don't worry.
Okay, so I think that we are complete, yes? Excellent.
Yes.
All right, well, I hope to see all of your beautiful shining faces there. And if you have any further questions, Reverend Jorge will be able to answer those questions.
I'm going to put in this chat and in the Jet2 chat my email, so you can reach me in that way for further questions if you have, right?
Great. All right, Reverend Sherry, do you have any last things before we pray out and hang up?
I don't think so. Marianne, is your contact information the same? Okay, I'll be in touch with you.
And I want to encourage everyone here, if you know someone else who you think would be well served by a little over 90-day transformative experience, who really needs community right now and really needs to be with that group spiritual momentum to get going. If you know anyone else who you think this would be a good fit for them, give them the link and tell them to come on in or email in and ask any questions, because this will be a very, very powerful experience for everybody. So if you know some people who need a hand right now, a lifeline right now, tell them to come on in.
Yes.
All right, so we'll just turn within really quickly here and just settle into this moment. Just so grateful for this time that we have spent together, for this connection. I'm already so grateful for this Foundation's experience, knowing that it is magnificent. I am already knowing that each individual involved in the Foundation's experience is blessed, is healed, is transformed, is uplifted by the presence, by the power, by the love of pure spirit that is everywhere. And I am just grateful, grateful, grateful for the transformation. I'm grateful for the community. I'm grateful for the connection. I'm grateful for the love. I'm grateful for the trust. I'm grateful. I am grateful for the solidarity, for the peace. I am so grateful for this Foundations experience. I bless it. I bless each individual. And I know that each one of us here is blessed right here, right now. And wherever we go from this place, we are blessed. And so it is.
And so it is.
Hmm.
Thank you, everyone.
Thank you, guys. See you later.
Thank you,
Enjoy the
Cheryl.
summer.
Bye.
Love you all. Take
Love
Bye,
care.
love you.
Bye.
Take care.
Bye.
Bye-bye.
Share.